Excuse me? Go back to my country?
It's a breach of security. Now we don't know what he's done, if he's disabled our vans or has tampered with our vans.
You want to get locked up for something. That's all we
If
ask
you're
you
gonna
to do.
lock
You
me
can
up for
leave.
freedom of speech, go ahead.
You can leave. We
Do
asking
it.
you can leave.
Lock me up for freedom of speech. Please inform your officer that I have freedom of speech.
Go back to your country, she said on camera, in uniform and in front of her supervisor at a government facility in America. This isn't just ignorance, it's institutional. Welcome to Mississippi, where racism wears a badge and freedom of speech might get you locked up.
What I got going on? Yeah, I'll just taking some pictures and video of the facility here.
Why? Would you work with somebody? I don't want that camera on me.
Well, why'd you come up to the camera then?
What do you mean? Because this is private property, sir.
It's not private property. This is public property.
I'm not gonna argue with him.
Yeah,
And he
you
got
know,
people on recording and stuff. You might call the police up here. Because this is private property.
can I get your name, ma'am?
No, sir.
Oh,
That's weird.
So you need to get off the property now.
this is
I thought
not.
it was
This is not.
private property. You said it was public.
This is not private property, ma'am.
Sir, you need to get off the property.
I'm trying to see
But
what
I'm
you got
engaging.
going on. That's
I'm
weird.
engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. If
we're not giving you the right to record us, sir, you're not supposed to.
You're in
record
public.
us.
You're in public, ma'am. And plus, you came. If you didn't want to be recorded, why would you come up to the
Because I
camera?
work here, sir. You don't work here. You just own this property for no apparent reason.
It's public property, ma'am.
Come get it locked up here. If you want to be up here, stay right.
I don't,
Weird.
is that a threat? Is that a threat, ma'am?
Yeah, he's just trying to start something.
I'm not. You're the one that came up to me. I'm just taking some pictures and video. That's all I'm doing.
You can see the whole sign and say private property when you come here.
It does. It's not private property. Who pays? Who owns it, ma'am? Who owns it, ma'am? Who owns it, ma'am? You have no authority outside of those gates. I'm not an inmate, okay? Treat me with some respect. I've heard a lot. I heard a lot about how you guys treat people on the inside. You're not gonna treat me like that. You're just a regular citizen. Assault? It's assault to video record you? Just in case they try something crazy here in Mississippi, let's go over to the public easement. It's all the way down there. You want to check it out? All right. You got to learn a little respect, all right? It's assault to take your video. Here, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. If you don't want to be on camera, don't come up to the guy with the camera, okay? Seriously. That's all. Seriously. Excuse me? Go back to my country? Go back to my country, huh? Wow. You need to go back to yours too? Interesting. That's very racist. That's very racist. Wow. This is my country, so you know. And I'm exercising a constitutional right. Just so you know. This correctional officer just told me to go back to my country. And when I called her on it, she's like, oh, I need to go back to mine too. Go back inside. Can't believe this lady really told me to go back to my country. That's insane. All right, so we're just waiting for law enforcement to come now. That's insane. We're gonna stay on the public easement here. I've heard really, really bad things about this correctional facility, so I definitely don't want to see the inside of it. So I'm going to make sure that I don't give them any reason to violate my constitutional rights. For everybody watching, just know your rights are strongest here on the public easement. See these utilities? Right here is where our rights are the strongest. So right here we have pulling up the Holly Springs Police. Right here. Car number 6. How are you today, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right, what's going on?
Can I just get your name and badge number, please?
Officer Moss.
All right. And your badge number? 7.
Okay, now what you do?
Oh, I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
Yeah. And this correctional officer over here began to say racially motivated statements towards me to go back to my country and that this is private property.
This is private property.
How is it private property?
This belongs to the state.
The state is a government entity, sir. Can I ask for a supervisor, please? Because if you think that this is private
Yeah,
property.
it's right here.
Yes. How you doing, sir?
Fine, that's it.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Bradley.
And-
That's fine.
Badge 5. How you doing? Sergeant Bradley?
Yeah.
Sergeant Bradley, nice to meet you. I was over here taking some pictures and video. I'm an independent journalist, just exercising my freedom of press right here. The correctional officers over here said this was private property. Again, any property that is funded by the government,
But out here is fine.
any property that's funded by the government would be public property. It's public property. If you have a right to access it, like if somebody was going to go visit somebody, they would have a right to walk on this property, right? If you have a right to access it, no one's going behind the fence or anything like that. And again, the correctional officers inside began to escalate the situation, telling me I should go back to my country, that because I was recording them, it would be considered assault. Just a bunch of craziness, really. Bunch of craziness. That never happened, ma'am. It's on camera.
You got a vehicle around somewhere?
Oh, you have a vehicle somewhere. I just walked over here, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Major Rogers. I'm the supervisor in charge.
Wow, and she said to go back to my country in front of you, Major.
He said, actually, my central operator saw him around our vans, videotaping our vans, which is a breach of security. Now we
Right.
don't know what he's done, if he's disabled our vans or has tampered with our vans or anything. So when I came out, I told him this was private property and he would have to leave. He began to argue and try to, get us to say things against, it's just private property. I advised him if he didn't leave that we'd have to call the PD and have him taken out trespassing. Not only has he breached security with our vans, he's now breached security. He's got our tag numbers of our staff members that came in.
It's all public
and
information now.
everything. It is not public information.
When you're
for our
when you're driving down the
This
street,
is a secured
do you have your license plate blocked or is it open? This is secured would be the fence, ma'am. I did not go by the fence.
Called my warden.
You want a video? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am. No, the cars aren't private, sir. They're not private. You run tags all day. Are they
I run
private?
tags all day.
But you're not an official.
It doesn't matter. They're public, ma'am. They're public.
Okay, my warden says if he doesn't leave our property, to have him locked up for trespassing.
Well, I'm not on your property, and plus this is
Yes, you
public
were on our
property.
property.
Yeah, but where am I now?
You were on our property. when we
Okay,
called the PD.
but unless you have no trespassing signs, ma'am, you need to learn the law.
Look at your
Unless
video.
Sir, you
unless
free to leave.
unless I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. Free to leave, free to stay.
You gotta stay up here.
This is a public easement, sir. This is a public right of
You're
way.
actually standing on-
This is
Wrong.
a part of that property.
You're wrong. You see those
Sir,
electric
you free to leave.
you see those electric poles there, ma'am? Those are public utilities, meaning that they're on public property,
Sir.
ma'am.
I take things from the floor.
They can't go through security.
Why don't you tell your warden how your correctional officer told me to go back to my country? You're okay with that, right, Major? No, I have freedom of speech. And she told me, no, that's what if somebody told you something like that? Something insensitive to your skin color. Well, how would you feel about it? Right? You wouldn't appreciate it very much. Listen, I'm not a police officer. I don't have to carry that burden of being told. And if somebody told you something racially motivated, I'm sure you wouldn't take too kindly to it, Sergeant.
Of course, man. I tell you, we get told a lot of stuff, but we deal with it. So it's our job.
Well, I didn't do anything but just confront her about it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just telling her that that's that's crazy. And I will be talking to the warden about her, her actions here today. That's insane.
You got the right to do that. But I don't know
Yeah, these, you see the difference? They wouldn't be able to put these telephone poles over here if it were private property, because these are what's called public utilities. So they would have to work on them, right? That means they're public utilities. That means that line right there, that's all public property, because they wouldn't be able to work on it unless.
Okay, so you have a good day now.
You too, Sergeant.
All right, okay.
You have a great day, Officer Moss.
All right, have a great one, brother.
You too.
Please don't go on their ground.
I'm on publicly accessible property right now. You guys are a bunch of racists. Racists. I got freedom of speech. Please don't tell me what to say, officer. I don't want to argue with you, sir. Sir, I don't want to argue with you, but I have freedom of speech. Please. Please. I can say whatever I'd like, sir. This is why this is America, and this is a free country, and we have, I don't care, sir. Sir, I'm trying. Sir,
You want to get locked up for something. That's all we
If you're going to lock me up for freedom of speech, go ahead.
You can leave. We
Do
asking
it.
You can leave.
Lock me up for freedom of speech. Please inform your officer that I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. I could say way worse than calling them racist, okay? But I'm choosing to be cordial. I could say way worse. I can call them what I really think. But I'm choosing not to use profanities. I'm calling them what they are. They're a bunch of racists. You're gonna be held accountable for this. You know that, right? I'll be speaking to the warden. And I'm sure a whole bunch of other people will be too. Officer Moss over here trying to curtail my freedom of speech. Take care, Sergeant. You guys stay safe. I'm right here. I'm gonna exercise my rights, though. You condone racism, right, Major? You condone racism? Sergeant over there. Officer over here.
They told me to leave. They tried to silence me. They tried to intimidate me. But here's the truth. This is our country, and the First Amendment is not negotiable. If you stand against racism and tyranny, stand with me. Hit that subscribe button. We've got work to do.
What's one of those? I don't even know who you are.
But you need to come with me. You don't,
Why?
I'm not sure that you should be in this.
I don't want to go anywhere with a stranger.
Call security immediately.
Call security immediately? For what? That's your First Amendment right, sir.
You're one of those. Imagine a city employee speaking like that to a journalist. At Atlanta City Hall, in 2024, no laws were broken, no offices entered, just a man with a camera. And suddenly, it's a meltdown. Buckle up. This is First Amendment in the real world.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. Can I help you with something? Are you an employee here?
Do I work here?
Yes.
No, I don't work here, no.
Okay, let me ask you to come on downstairs. Did you have an appointment up here?
An appointment with who?
With anyone?
Who are you, ma'am?
I'm an employee of the city,
In what capacity?
in the executive office.
And your name is?
Why are you recording things on this floor?
I'm just taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
Can I get your name, ma'am, so I know who I spoke to?
No, you need to come on with me.
I don't even know who you are.
But you need to come with me. You don't,
Why?
I'm not sure that you should be in this.
I don't want to go anywhere with a stranger.
Okay, well, why don't you just come right here? Why don't you just come right here?
Ma'am, can I just get your name?
Why don't you just come right here? Come on with me.
I'm all right. I'm going to stay out here.
Well, will you wait for me right there?
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm going right here to room 4710.
4710? What department is that?
Call security immediately.
Call security immediately? For what? For the Department of Public Works?
Call 911. This is the Department of Public Works.
Okay.
You don't have an appointment up here with anyone?
Do I need an appointment with somebody?
So what is your name?
Ma'am, you work for the city. I don't work for you've admitted as much that you work for the city.
Okay.
So, and you make contact with me.
That's okay. Will you have a seat for me, please? Thank you.
Shh. Accredited Public Works Agency. I don't want to have a seat. I'm not a dog, just tell me to sit down. I just wanted to see what office she was going into. She seems real friendly. Great ambassador for her city. Great. Fantastic ambassador for her city. Hi, sir, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I don't really need any help at the moment.
Yeah, but I was just trying to figure. Someone said that you were walking the hall.
I don't even know who that person was. I don't know.
Okay, so
And who are you, sir?
I'm a commissioner, one of the deputy commissioners here.
You're a deputy commissioner?
Yeah.
And do you mind if I get your name?
I'm going to get your name because you're actually walking in our hallways here.
You own this hallway? This
No.
building?
No, I'm just trying to figure out. There's typical appointments that take place, so there are protocols as well too. So if you haven't,
I don't need an. I don't want to speak with anybody.
Okay.
Some woman came up to me, asking me what I was doing, and I told her I was just taking some pictures and video of the building.
Okay, if you want, I have no problem. I mean, if you make an appointment, let us know. We can want to take pictures and.
Why would I do that when it's open to the public?
Because we do have areas where we are conducting business as well too.
Yeah, I'm not interrupting any of that. I'm not interrupting any of that.
I mean, I get that, but still, we still want to know who's actually in our facilities.
Yeah.
And actually,
I would like to know who I'm speaking with.
You're speaking with Mr. Robinson. That's who you're
Mr.
speaking with,
Robinson.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm also responsible for making sure that all of our employees are safe as well.
Yeah, they're safe. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
but
They're
we
safe.
don't know that unless you check in with the receptionist at the front desk.
Well, I would think that the metal detectors downstairs would.
But you still want to check in with the
Hi, yes,
receptionist.
This is Ms. Scott up on the fourth
Miss
floor
Scott.
at the commissioner's office. Could you please come up here?
Nice
Okay,
to
yeah, I have
nice to
someone
meet
up
you,
here.
Miss Scott.
I need you to, come direct.
My main goal
Direct.
is my main goal is making sure that all of our employees are safe at all times.
That's a great goal. That's a great goal to have.
I'm just being honest.
No, I mean, I'm being sincere when I tell you that's a great goal. I want everybody to
And
be
like
safe
I said,
as well.
We're fully transparent, so anytime you want to come up, see us, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. But whenever someone's roaming the hall, it does, if you've got, females, women that are working in the office.
So
anyone-
if I was a female taking video, it'd be a little bit different.
No, it'd be anybody. That's
Oh,
taking
okay.
the- I'm just
Gotcha.
saying anybody that's in the office. We want to know who's in the office. If who's in the office, it's anywhere where you go as well too. I mean that's proper protocol.
Okay.
Did you sign in
Nice
downstairs?
to meet you, Miss Scott.
Did you sign in downstairs?
Sign in.
Yes.
I went through a metal detector before I
But you
came in the
didn't sign
building.
in?
No, I didn't
Okay.
sign in.
What's
No.
your name, please? You know my name.
Yeah.
What's your name?
What's your first name, and I'll give you my first name.
My name is Miss Scott.
And your first name, Miss Scott.
Miss Scott.
Okay.
And what is your
I
name?
don't really like the way you've been talking to me and treating me. So you haven't been very cordial or anything. So I don't want to give you any identifying information because, you've been very difficult since you made contact with me. You could have been friendly like Mr. Robertson here.
Oh, friendly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Security is coming
isn't that
right
your
now.
job? Security's coming up.
Yes.
For what?
Because you're not answering anything that I've asked
Do
you.
do I have to? Or are you?
I'm
Who
just
are you that I
asking
need to
simple
answer you?
questions.
Ma'am, I'm not a threat to anything here. Security can come all they want. Call law enforcement. Do whatever you need to do. I'm not breaking any laws or doing anything.
I'll take his lead.
I think that's smart. Been in a lot of city halls, and I still won't ever understand why one more camera out of the dozens of cameras they have here makes a difference. They act like they own the building. My hallways, you know, they don't own the building. They don't. It's not your hallways. It's the people's hallways, the people's building. If she would have been nice to me and cordial from the beginning, I would have gave her my name like I do with everybody else that's been cordial with me.
And he's just recording everything, walking around recording.
That's exactly what I'm doing, ma'am. Yeah. Hi. Are you a police officer or security? Police officer. Can I get your name and badge number, please, sir?
Sergeant Peters.
Sergeant Peters. And yours, sir?
Investigator Gilliard.
Investigator Gilliard. And you are security or law enforcement, just so I know?
Atlanta police officer.
You're a police officer as well?
Yes, sir.
I'll wait for you to turn on your body camera. That's fine.
Okay. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just taking some pictures and video of the building, like I explained to Miss Scott over here. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, you can not do that in the common area, that's fine. But as far as their private offices and things, you can't do that.
But who said I was in anybody's private office?
They just said that you went.
No, they didn't say that. They said I was walking around videotaping, video recording the building. That's what they said. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I have nothing to hide or anything. I'm just wanted to keep going about my business, and she stopped me while I was over there in the hallway. And, you know, she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Taking pictures and video." I asked her for her name. She didn't want to give it to me. So that was it. And then she decided to call you. I guess security, but then I guess police showed up. I don't know. That's it. Just taking some pictures and video in the common areas.
As long as you're not back in their office back there in the back.
Nothing illegal, right? Yeah.
You know the rules with that too. You can't go into like a non-secure area. Like,
Well, I would never do that. Yeah. A lot of your secure areas over here, they have like key cards where you...
some of them do.
Yeah, a lot of them do. They have like key cards access only. And I don't have a key card or anything, so...
But some of them have key cards, some of them don't have key cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but either way, if it says authorized personnel only or employees only, I'm not an employee. Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, as long as you're respectful, man, stay in the common
Yeah, that's how I'm treating you, sir, is how I've been treating everybody.
Yes,
I'm trying to be respectful. I don't want to cause any type of
yes, sir.
any kind of drama here or anything.
No problem. You respecting us, we're gonna respect you.
Thank you, I appreciate
That's the way
that.
it's supposed to always be.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Because you know sometimes it's not like that, and I'm glad we can have a good conversation here, sir. Thank you.
It's always gonna be that way.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. We're gonna respect you like you respect us.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shelter in place. Investigators just like a title for the police department.
Well, no, I investigate crimes. Like,
Okay.
Like I worked in robbery, I worked in refusal. I worked
Oh, okay.
in various places.
Okay. None of that going on here.
No.
No.
Not that, but I'm just saying that's what I was doing when I was.
Oh, so you just kept the title,
So
and
now
now.
I kept the title.
Gotcha.
So we're just curious.
Hey, Sarge.
I mean, are you doing this for some particular reason?
Oh yeah, I'm an independent journalist. I'm an independent journalist. I just take pictures and videos of city halls, publicly accessible areas, and just document it. I'm actually here to do an open records request as well for the city. So I'm just working on a story on the city of Atlanta, and decided to come to the city hall. Beautiful city hall here, very
Where you
nice.
from?
I'm from New York.
Really?
I'm from New York. Yeah.
How long you been working out? You been out here?
I've been out here, I would say a few days now, just working on a story. That's it.
So what's the name of your company?
The name of my company?
Yes, sir.
I just don't want to give up any identifying information because the story's not published yet.
Yes, sir.
So until I publish the story, I don't want any...
Anything about your story? What kind of story that you're doing? Anything at all?
Huh?
We don't know anything.
I know, but if I start giving you information like that, I will tell you my first name's Sean. I just don't want to give out any more identifying information because then you could figure out what the story's about, and I don't want that.
Yes, sir.
To be honest, it's just confidential. That's all. Nothing personal. But my name is Sean. I'm not a threat. I told you I'm from New York. I'm just down here, an independent journalist working on a story. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right. So,
Are we good, Sergeant Peters?
yeah, so far, I'm just curious to know, I mean, how much longer are you going to be around here?
Just
Won't be freaking out anything.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe you can talk to them. Maybe so while you're here, you could say, hey, there's nothing wrong with, we have freedom of press in this country. There's nothing wrong with a man coming in taking pictures and videos of public in common areas. Yeah. Nobody said, yeah, no. But you could tell them that there's nothing wrong with that, and then maybe they, you came here, you made contact with me, you talked to me, you investigated, and you could just let them know, so that way they're not. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be, to be honest with you. I don't know. It could be another 5-15 minutes.
The reason people are doing this, so much is going on right now. You very well know that. With your media, you're in the media, you watch news, a lot of stuff is going on. People are apprehensive with a lot of things that they have a right to be. You would be too if you was working here in other places.
Oh, I don't blame them for being apprehensive. I just blame them for being rude and condescending when they're talking to me. I blame them for that.
What did they say to you?
No, just, the form she was talking to me and the manner she was talking to me. I said, hey, can I get your name? I would have told her my name, but she's like, no, let me get your name. Like, it's only a one-way street. You guys identified yourself to me. I identify myself to you, and we don't have an issue. I call it, just like you said, investigator, mutual respect. Let's just treat each other with mutual respect, and that's it. And we have a right to film in public. There's freedom of press. No, I'm just saying, but so that way they don't worry. They don't worry. I know you've been cordial, and everybody's been respectful. That's what I like to see, but, I don't want to have to be dealing with this while I'm here. That's all. And maybe the next time somebody comes in and films, they'll be better understanding of the First Amendment.
Well, we understand that clearly. I'm very familiar with the First Amendment and most of the amendments.
Yeah.
But each time it's a different floors and different places within this building or whatever, too. They may not make contact with everybody. You have to understand that, too.
Yeah.
And if people see something that's going on, of course they're going to be alert. They're probably going to call us and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I hope that they do with that too, just so we can check and make sure that everything is on point when it comes down to that.
Yeah, but just to be fair, Sergeant, there's nothing. If I wanted to do harm to the building, which I don't, but if I wanted to do harm to the building, nothing about our conversation would dispel any fears about me wanting to do harm to the building. If I had bad intentions. But the reason why is that they should feel safe is that there's a metal detector downstairs that you have to pass through security checkpoint. So it's obvious I don't have any weapons on me or anything of that nature. Just a couple cameras. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Can sometimes be almost as deadly. For example.
Yeah, it exposes people.
Exactly. Not really expose people. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
But as far as the building, the layout of the building itself, that.
Yeah.
When it comes down to certain things.
I mean, sure, the layout of the building, but if I wanted to, for example, if I wanted to get the layout of the building without anybody knowing, technology, I could wear a button camera, sunglasses that are cameras, and I could just walk around and nobody would say anything to me, and I get the layout of the building, and then, to be surreptitious and doing it surreptitiously would be smarter if I had ill intentions, not, maybe wear a mask or something, or, something where. There's cameras everywhere in this building.
Okay, I understand. Everybody don't think that way.
Okay, all right. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I'm not. Listen, it's a fair point. You guys treated me with other respect, and I appreciate it. And I just would like to just go about my business. Sure. Do all Atlanta police officers have body cameras, or just certain ones?
All of them.
All of them. All equipped. Great. Good for transparency. That's great. I bet you love them, right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful building. That's your First Amendment right, sir. I said that's your First Amendment right. Probably.
Get a picture of him?
Yeah, I thought you already did. Sure, I'll smile for you.
Being silly.
No problem. I have no problem with that. I don't know how it can help you, but maybe next time. I don't know.
Again, like you're taking photos.
Yeah, now you have my picture. I'm on all the security cameras.
Correct.
You know, it is what it is.
Okay.
All right, take care, guys. You have a good one. You stay safe out there. Hopefully they can educate Miss Scott on the First Amendment. Excuse me, ma'am.
Time go by so fast. Once you get here, time to go home for you. I normally get my best sleep Monday nights. I feel that Monday.
Is there a reason you video?
Is there a reason I'm taking a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, there sure is.
What is it?
Oh, I'm an independent journalist.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of those.
What's one of those? An independent journalist?
Figured out.
Very nasty. I'm one of those. If I said that to her, ooh, very nasty. You're one of those. See, this is why sometimes it's better to just tell them to go mind their own business, because you tell them what you're doing here and they're going to belittle you. Sanitary services. Sergeant, I just had one more question. I was waiting for you. Do you think I can get the call number, the incident number?
We don't do incident numbers on this.
You don't do, so you coming out here doesn't...
I work in the building.
I'm sorry?
I work in the building. There's not an incident number.
Oh, you work in the building? No, so how would I go about obtaining the body camera footage that you shot
You have to
today?
go to the, it goes down to, I guess, the open records or whatever. Too.
Records? Okay.
Okay.
I'll check it out. Thank you. Have a great day. All right, guys, so we have the information to file our open records request with the city.
They say we just want to keep our people safe. But when respect goes out the window, so does trust. Big thanks to the officers who kept it professional. As for Miss Scott and the You're One of Those crew, this is why we audit. Subscribe if you believe public servants should serve with dignity.